Hey y'all, it is Erin Bird here, and we are in episode number 28 of Expand Your Preschool Program in 2019, 30 tips in 30 days, and episode number 28, y'all. Did you think you would ever make it here? I didn't know if I would. No, it has been a fantastic journey. And if you're joining me, say, hey, Erin, let me know that you're here. I always love to know who is with me on these calls. So let me know if you're here. Say, hey, Erin, I'm here. Even if you come back in on the replay, let me know that as well. I am going to go ahead and, as promised, I am going to invite a few friends who have asked me to do so whenever I go live. So I want to make sure to get them invited so they know that I'm here. How is everybody doing on this fantastic day? It is a beautiful, beautiful day. So let's see. Okay, so I've invited now. So if you're with me, say, hey, Erin, let me know that you're here. I had a fantastic webinar this morning. So if you missed it, it's okay. Go ahead and put in the comments your email address, and we can make sure that you get a copy of the replay. Today, the webinar was all about the #1 most overlooked revenue source in your studio and how it all surrounds enrolling more preschool students. So, of course, we're in the Teach Preschool Dance Tribe. So, of course, it's going to talk about enrolling more preschool dancers, but how to do that and be profitable at it. So, if you missed that, in the comments, drop your email so we can make sure that you are on my email list, and we will be sending out a replay for everyone who wasn't able to be on the webinar live with me this morning. So if you're just now joining me, I am Erin Bird, the Dance Studio Strategist, the creator of Dance Biz in a Bag, as well as the hit list marketing system for studio owners. I am a studio owner myself and have Birdie's Kids in Motion here in California. And I am so excited because we have been on a journey for 30 tips in 30 days of how to expand your preschool program in 2019. And today we are on episode number 28, which is absolutely crazy, y'all. Crazy! But anyway, so jumping in. Today my tip is surrounded around how do we enroll more preschool students inside our studio space. So today we're not going to talk about the mobile side. Today we are actually going to talk about how do we get more preschool students inside our studio space. We offer morning classes and we're having a hard time filling them. Hello, Heather, how's it going? So I've had some teachers, I've had some studio owners all ask me, Erin, we are offering these morning classes inside of our studio, but how do we get more students into them? We're doing Facebook ads, we're posting on Instagram, we're doing community events. Like, they should know our name, but we're not getting the enrollments that we need for these particular classes. And so today I wanted to center around two things, actually, even though it's supposed to be one tip. You know me, sometimes I have to give you more than one. So today let's talk about that real quick. So the first thing is this. You have to know where your ideal clients are hanging out. Where are they hanging out? So if you are offering daytime preschool classes, right, where are those mommies hanging out? Are they hanging out at your local coffee shop? Are they at Starbucks? Are they hanging out on Facebook in a mommy's group? Are they? I bet you they are. I bet you if you are not already, hey, Michelle, I know so many people are telling me it's snowing everywhere. My goodness. So, yes. So how do we find where these mommies are hanging out? Because if they're bringing their child to a daytime preschool class inside your studio, there's a couple things going on. A, they're a stay-at-home mom. Fantastic, right? That's what you're looking for to fill those classes. Or their schedules are a little different and they might, let's say, work at a hospital in the evenings. They might work the night shift. They might whatever. So they have some time during the day to take their child to activities to help with socialization and different things. And so the key to all of this is, where are those mommies? Where are those parents hanging out? And a lot of times if you are not using this right now, I 100% encourage you to do so. So if there is some sort of Facebook group for your area for moms. So I can name off actually about 5 in my area, close area alone, of different Facebook groups for mommies, and they get on there and they ask recommendations from each other. They are really a sounding board for lots of things, whether it's activities, whether it's, how do we find the best pediatrician? They ask all sorts of questions within those groups because they are relying on other moms to give them the answers, right? And so you want to be part of that conversation. So the first thing is, find out what those groups are. So here I have Fresno Mamas, I have Fresno Mommy Talk, I have Clovis on. There are several very active Facebook groups for my specific area for mommies. And you want to be part of that conversation. So now I'm not saying go in there and just start posting, hey, class is available, yada, yada, yada. That's not how we do it. Number one, you need to read the rules of the group. That's essential. Read the rules of the group. Make sure you understand them. If it says no advertising, it's no advertising. But there will always be mommies that are coming in there asking for recommendations, and you need to be the one to answer. You need to be known in the community as the go-to person for all sorts of resources. And by doing this, I can tell you for myself, the opportunities that came to me that are immense just because I was active in that Facebook group. So as an example, I made a really big decision that I was going to be very active in networking within my community. And what do I mean by that? I made sure that I knew of somebody or something that could serve those families. So I was very active in meeting other business owners, whether it was learning places. So we have some places that deal with learning disabilities, and I wanted to know those people there. I started making connections with everything and everyone under the sun that had to relate to preschool children. And let me tell you, when you start networking and you have these relationships that you're building, not only do those people refer to you, but you can refer to them. And here's the deal with that. You become the authority on all things preschool in your area. So I have parents who will call me about things that have nothing to do with dance, y'all. Nothing to do with dance. I've had parents call me and say, Susie was just diagnosed with autism and we're really struggling. And so do you have any resources for me? And the answer is, I absolutely do. This is who you should call, right? Is that technically my job as a dance studio owner? Absolutely not. My job is to educate, right? But one of the big jobs that we have is to be a resource for our community. And when you know someone that you can refer to that solves their problem, you are the authority, my friends. And that is to not be taken lightly. But what it does is it ends up creating a sense that you know what you're doing with preschoolers and that that's where they should go. You become the go-to place because you know everything that has to do with preschoolers. Okay? So that's number one. Get on those mommy Facebook groups and use them tactfully to your advantage. Doing this and spending some time doing this, it doesn't cost you dollars and cents. It costs you time, right? Of course it costs you time, but you're not spending a big ad budget. And I can tell you this, you will get so many more qualified leads and students this way than through a Facebook ad campaign, period. Okay, so spend some time doing this. The second way, So once you know your market, right, you know where they're hanging out, whether it's the local coffee shop, you can place a poster there, you can place flyers there. Again, create a network, a relationship with them, right? People want to help people when you approach it in the right way. It is a game of how can I serve you first, right? But you need to know that people genuinely want to help other people when it's coming from the right place, okay? So once you know where they're at, hanging out, use that to market to them. Use that to market to them. That does leaps and bounds for your business. So spending a few minutes a day, y'all are on Facebook anyway, we're here talking right now. So spend a few minutes engaging with those mommies and helping them solve their problem. It works like magic every time. So then the other thing is you can do to actually get people into your studio space, aside from the Facebook ads, all that stuff, the community events, right, which a lot of people are doing, which are fantastic, and they do need to be done, okay? But the other key is this. When you host themed, it needs to be themed, when you host themed events inside your studio, one, you can add revenue to your bottom line by hosting these events and charging for them, but also it gets them in the door for them to see your studio culture and how you perceive dance and if it's a good alignment with theirs. And it's a great time to convert them from an attendee of an event to a new student. And I have worked with many studio owners who start implementing these events, whether they decide to do it once a quarter, right? I have some studio owners who do it once a month now, y'all, which is craziness, or even more so. But it works. It absolutely works. Of course, you need a strategy going into it. You can't just say, okay, I'm going to throw an event and hope people come. It doesn't work that way. But when you have themes that speak to those families, so they need to be relevant. They need to be things that those kids are into now. Not what they were necessarily into 5 years ago, because those aren't the preschoolers that you want. They're not preschoolers anymore, right? If they were 5 years ago, they were 3-year-olds or 8 now, and they're probably not into the same thing. So when you host events inside your studio space that are relevant to that age group, to those preschoolers, you will get more families signed up. You'll get more students signed up. Again, it takes strategy, it takes tactic. You need to have a good game plan, how we're going to market it, how we're going to execute it. And then it doesn't just stop at the actual event. What is the process following the event? How do we get them enrolled? Okay. So there is some strategy involved, y'all. You have to think through the whole process. And I like to think of it as, what is the customer's journey, right? What is their complete journey from start of them seeing this marketing material, right, through buying their spot ticket, to the actual day of the event, to the conversation of conversion into a paying student. And if they say no, what happens afterwards to continue nurturing the relationship until they either say yes or get me off your list, right? Or what do they need for them to complete their journey with you? Because here's the deal. Sometimes you might have a family member who comes in and does an event. They might not immediately sign up because of many different factors, right? They might be in the midst of soccer season and they only want one activity right now. They want to make sure that they're keeping things still consistent in their home. So they only want to do soccer, but soccer's ending soon. So you don't want to stop nurturing this prospective student because they didn't sign up on the day of your event. You want a strategy in place that continues to nurture the relationship, keeps you little taps. Hey, we're here. Don't forget we're here, right? In a gentle and nurturing way. So what is the whole journey? When you plan that all out and you have a strategy behind it, these events can 100% create new students into your studio space and additional revenue into your studio. It's a win-win, y'all. So I want to challenge you, if you aren't doing events, a challenge is, in the comments, I want you to put one theme that's super relevant to preschoolers right now that you can host an event around. So in the comments, even if you come in on the replay, I still want you to do this. Put in an event theme that you could host, that you could pull together, a fun event, a Saturday, a day camp, or whatever, that you could use for preschoolers specifically. We want to get really targeted and narrow into the preschool market because that is the foundation of your studio, and it continues the retention for a longer span. It's also more profitable. So let's focus on the preschoolers. That's who we want to focus on. That's why you're in this group. So let's focus on the preschoolers. I want you to list for me one theme that you can use as a springboard. Hey, Erica, I want you to use it as a springboard to plan out your next event. Plan out your next event, okay? So this one is all about getting students into here. Now, and again, those Facebook groups, those are like little gold nuggets that you should treasure and you should utilize. So I want to make sure that you are utilizing them. So here's the deal, y'all. Before we get off real quick, I wanted to make sure everybody does know about the 100K Preschool Dance Blueprint Workshop that is coming up in Atlanta, March 30th and 31st, because here's the deal. We are almost done with our 30 tips in 30 days. Can y'all believe it? Episode 28. And so it kind of coincides with something. So I wanted to make sure that we talk, because February 1st, obviously we won't be doing these 30 tips in 30 days anymore, right? We'll be done with them. And what happens on February 1st is the price of our tickets are going up. To get your seat, to get registered for the 100K Preschool Dance Blueprint Workshop, the prices is going up February 1st. It's going up February 1st. And the payment plan option will be going away as well. So if you have been on the fence, if you've been thinking about it, if you're ready to make the jump, if you're ready to make this year, 2019, the year that you expand, that you grow, that you make some shifts, right? If you are ready for that, you need to be there, y'all. You need to be there. And I totally get, here's the thing. I totally get that, yes, there's going to be travel involved for most of us, right? I'm flying from California. Oh, here you go. Of course, I tried to do something and it didn't work. I put too many backslashes, y'all. Okay, so try this again. You know me, y'all. I'm crazy. Okay, so yes, I get that there's an expense and there's travel involved. If that's right this time, maybe. I get that there's travel involved. I get that you are going to have to get a hotel room probably. I get all of that. But it's time to say yes to you. It's time to invest in yourself and be ready to play our bigger game and really create the life that you desire and that you know you deserve. That you know you deserve, right? Because this transformational weekend, you know, here's the thing. Yes, you're going to spend a weekend with me. We're going to hash out the exact steps you need to take to grow this or launch this mobile program. We're going to go through every single step. Proven strategies that work for me to grow this business over 6 figures, that have worked for my clients to get to their goals. Some of them have achieved way over 6 figures. Some have told me, that's not what I really want. I really only want to teach 2 mornings a week so I have the free time for my family, and that's fantastic as well. That's part of this weekend. This part of this weekend is really spending the time to be intentional, to work on your business instead of in your business, and to really be a launch pad and a springboard for the amazing things that can happen in 2019. And no one, and I can say this without batting an eye, No one else in our industry is teaching you how to do this, is giving you the proven formula, the proven steps to launch this type of program. And one weekend can change the whole trajectory of your life and your business. And so when you come into this program, when you come into the workshop and you are intentional about spending time together and making this program a priority for you and your family and your business, amazing things will happen. Yes, we're going to dive into how you get known in the preschool, daycare, nursery circle in their industry, right? We're going to talk about how we sell our program, how we get yeses every time, how we get enrollment every time. So you need to be there. Jump on the link. Let us know. It's time for you to be there. I'm going to leave y'all. Have a fantastic day. Can't wait to see you in Atlanta. Bye, friends.